Hey guys, thanks for joining. My name's Nicole. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna talk about kind of like a combination of tips and tricks slash things I wish I knew before getting on a GLP-1. Disclaimer, this is all my experience. This is in no way, shape, or form medical advice. If you have any medical advice, ask a doctor. All right, now that that's out of the way, by the way, if you're liking my videos, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video. I'm gonna be looking down because I've got my notes here on my lovely Taylor Swift notepad. Look what you made me do. Speaking of Taylor Swift, when is Reputation coming out? Like, I need it. I need it now. All right, anyways. Also, I'm trying to find like my everyday makeup. So we're trying out something new today. I don't know if I love it. It definitely makes my eyes pop, but we'll see. Let's get into it. Things I wish I knew slash my tips and tricks before getting on a GLP-1. If you're new here, I was taking Semaglutide and then I switched to Tirzepatide. So I'm just gonna use the overarching term GLP-1 because I've been on both. Number one, do not compare your journey to other people's journey. When I first was doing my research, I was really intrigued because there were so many success stories of people losing 20 pounds within the first month. And I was like, that's amazing. So I think that I kind of had that thought going into it that I was going to lose 20 pounds within the first month. That did not happen. But however, everyone starts from a different place. If you're starting from a place where you have a lot more to lose, a lot of times it is going to be a lot quicker in the beginning. If you're starting from a place kind of where I was, where I definitely had some I could lose, but not as much as others, if that makes sense. So it just wasn't gonna happen as fast. If I were to lose 20 pounds within the first month, that probably would have been a little too much for me. And with that being said, everyone has just a different experience with the shot. Everyone has way different side effects. It is not the same side effects for all. So you might talk to someone and they might tell you that they're super nauseous, tired, headaches, and then you might talk to someone and they tell you they have 0 side effects. So ultimately, you can't go off of what one person says. It is truly different for everyone, and it is truly different for everyone how they are affected by the shot. My biggest advice would be just don't compare. The reason I waited so long to start is because I kept seeing so many people tell me that they were nauseous and getting sick, and that is literally my worst nightmare. Like I cannot. So that's why I waited so long. And then when I did start it, I actually didn't have really any of those symptoms. Number 2, the hater's gonna hate. We all know it. There is bound to be somebody in your life, on the internet, whatever, bound to be somebody that just has something negative to say about GLP-1s. Just be prepared for it. It's gonna happen. And honestly, you just have to remember why you started, and you're doing this for you and nobody else. So just block out the haters and you do you. There's gonna be people that tell you you're cheating and you're taking the easy way out and blah, 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 blah. They're just jealous that you're bettering your health and they're not. Am I wrong? Just don't listen to them. Number 3, this is not a magic shot. The shot is a tool in your weight loss journey. It is not meant to be your weight loss journey. You should still be putting in work outside of it. You should be making mindful decisions when it comes to eating, trying to move your body, whatever that looks like for you. But you should not just expect to get on a GLP-1 and not change anything else in your life and expect the weight to just shred off without coming back. So you do need to put in work outside of the GLP-1. Hear me when I say this. It is a tool for weight loss, and it is meant to be used in adjunct with a healthier lifestyle. All right, number 4, don't go up in dose if it's working for you. It really just depends on where you're getting your shot from and how they manage the going up in dose. But a lot of times it will be 1 month on a introductory dose, 1 month on the clinical dose, and then after that, a lot of times you'll go up again the next month. However, if you're losing weight, even on the introductory dose, if you're losing weight, I would say, again, I'm not a doctor, but I would say you want to stay at that dose as long as possible until you're not losing weight, and then go up. It's kind of like if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's working, why would you want to put more into your body if it's already working? That's just my advice. Your provider may have something else to say. Around these injections, you can have a very open conversation with your provider. So if they're wanting you to go up and you're saying, hey, you know what, I don't really want to go up. I'm doing just fine at the dose I'm at. Most of the time, they're not going to have an issue with that. And if they do, find a new provider. Number 5, you're gonna have to find foods that work for you. This kind of ties into my first one on how everyone has a different experience on these injections. What you could tolerate before, you might not be able to tolerate it as much on a GLP-1. For example, when I was taking semaglutide, dairy was something that just ruined my stomach, and it never did before. However, when I switched to tirzepatide, I was fine. So it just kind of depends. You're gonna have to find foods that work for you. It is a little bit of an adjustment period. Generally speaking, a lot of people have difficulty with like your heavy, fat, greasy foods. But like I said, everyone is different. Just be aware that what you were eating before, you might not be able to tolerate as well while taking a GLP-1. Number 6, timing of your shot. There are some people out here that wake up on a Monday morning and do their injection. And to those people, good for you. I don't know how you do it. Personally, I would say take your injection before bed and try to do it on a day that you know the next couple days after you don't have to be 100% for. So I take my injections on Thursday night. I do it at night because if I do have any immediate side effects, I'm sleeping. And then I do Thursday because Fridays are typically a slower day for me at work, and then it's the weekend. So if for some reason the shot just made me feel, then I have the weekend to recover. That's just my recommendation. But like I said, there are people out here just waking up and taking it, and good for you, but I could never. Number 7, it is an investment. I mean, it's no secret, they are not cheap. The prices across companies vary a lot. Now, if you can get it covered by insurance, that is definitely the way to go. There's just a lot to it in order to get your insurance to approve it. So if you think you have good insurance and you think you have all the factors that would get you the coverage, I would say start there. I started off with a local med spa. By the way, everything I take is compounded. So it's not your like name brand Ozempic. So I started with a local med spa. This med spa had a doctor and nurse practitioners. So I did local because if anything went wrong, at least I would have somebody in town that I could go to. After I was comfortable enough and I knew that I wasn't having side effects or anything and nothing was going wrong, I then switched to an online service. I use Mochi Health. This is not sponsored, but I do have a code and I'll link it below if you want to try it. It just gives you some money off for the first month. I found that they are probably one of the cheaper online services that I've been with. There's like a monthly membership fee and then the price of your injection. And with that being said, semaglutide is the cheaper option. Tirzepatide is the more expensive option. That's why they usually will start you on semaglutide first, and then you would move up to tirzepatide. With Mochi, you have to pay a monthly membership and then the price of your injection. You also have access to an online provider. So before you get anything, you have to meet with their nurse, and she just will kind of go over your goals and what a good plan for you would be. And then at any point you can meet with the nurse if needed. I've been really enjoying them. I've been with them for like 3 months, so still fairly new with them. So far I have no issues, and they're pretty quick with their services, pretty thorough. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're one of the cheaper platforms out there. A lot of times the price will come down to how that service is getting the drug. So there's compounding pharmacies, and depending on how they get their supply from the pharmacy is going to depend on the price. So if there's more steps involved, it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive, versus if they have like a direct contact to the pharmacy, it's going to usually be a little bit more cheaper. So yes, it is expensive. However, personally, I just think that you can't put a price on health. If you're not taking care of yourself right now, down the road, there could be complications, and you could end up paying multiple medical bills if you don't take care of yourself now. So that's my view on it, is spend the money on yourself, take care of yourself, and do all of that now. All right, my last little piece of advice is I wish I would have started sooner. I did all my research at the beginning, and then I just waited because I was nervous to start. And I wish I would have just jumped right in and started, because it has helped me so much. It has finally helped me to lose weight. My blood pressure has gone back to normal, which is great. I haven't done any updated blood work yet. I'll probably do that when I reach kind of the year mark of when I last did my blood work. But overall, I just feel so much better. I wish I would have just started instead of waiting. Those are all like my big tips and tricks. I'm sure I could think of probably like 20 more. But if anyone has any questions around a GLP-1 or whatever, drop it in the comments and I can do my best to answer. Like I said, not a doctor of medicine, so it'll be based off of my experience. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.